Come on, Mike. Man, we got to introduce ourselves. I'll do it. Welcome to Two Dudes in a Garage.
You're stupid.
You're stupid. This
You're
is
the
going
one
to be
who
cool.
You're so excited.
I am. This is
You're a
going to be cool.
dumbass.
This is going to be really cool. All
I
right.
did 26 miles. So I might go to sleep on you.
All right. It won't last that long. Welcome to Two Dudes in a Garage. I'm Brad with a special guest host today taking the place of the legend. It happens to be the legend's wife.
Nope, that's not me. I'm not the legend because you can't give yourself a nickname. Sorry, it's against the rules.
Mike Norris's wife.
Thank you.
Okay.
Even though I kept my name.
Yes, she did. And why did you marry him again?
Because I needed insurance. I mean, he has to have insurance. Have you seen him?
It's a romantic story.
Yeah. He has to have knee surgery, so he needs insurance.
But for those of you that know, this is Beth Spermbank Burbank.
Well, that's what he calls me.
Spermbank. But she's here to fill in for Mike because Mike is busy doing whatever Mike does.
Working.
Okay.
As he sends me how many reels a day? 17 every hour?
There's a lot of reels. Oh. But he is supposedly working, and we have missed our deadline of Sunday, so we are now doing it, and it'll go out first thing tomorrow. So make sure you check it out. As always, subscribe, like, and comment on this. Tell us what you think of our guest host this evening in her Panther gear, which I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about. Her diehard team.
That's right.
Speaking of sports, we're going to go over a couple. And Burbank, you just pipe in whenever you know something about something.
Well, I know a little bit about a little bit of stuff.
Well, that's good.
Well, you know, because the Panthers, of course, now we're tied for the in our division.
7-6.
And I've never been so excited to see the Saints pull for the Saints like I did yesterday, and they beat the Buccaneers. So, but now we got to go through. We got to go win all out, but we'll see.
Well, you play the Buccaneers twice, don't you?
I know. We play this week. We go to Saints, so who knows what's going to happen there? Then they come back, and then we play here.
Against the Bucks.
No, yeah, Bucks, and then we play another home game. That's the Seahawks, I guess. Mm-hmm. And then we go to Tampa Bay. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, you know what I'm hoping for.
I know. Well, you hate him, whatever, because you don't like Cam Newton, and he's not even part of it anymore.
It's not about Cam Newton anymore. It's about
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, how am I supposed to control who owns it?
I didn't say you had to.
I mean, my sister still cheers for the Dolphins. I mean, come on now.
That's a good point. Your sister's a whole other episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of sports, do you know who Lane Kiffin is?
No clue.
He was a coach at Ole Miss.
Oh, I do know who he is. Yes. He's the one that they fired him because he decided to leave.
He didn't get fired.
Oh.
He left for LSU, and they told him because he's leaving for LSU,
go ahead and go now.
Yeah, go now.
Well, that's basically firing him.
Yeah, but they don't have to pay his money to him.
Yeah, but that's crap. Why would you want him to stay and take you to win?
Well, because they're in the playoffs. College football playoffs.
I understand that. So why wouldn't you want him to stay?
Well, I agree with that. I agree.
That's just them being petty.
Well,
their panties are in a wad.
Well, so are Lane's. He's being petty as well. But I tell you what, you can't blame him. He got $13 million a year, and they're paying him for whatever he would have got from Ole Miss for whatever games they win.
Yeah, but I know. But that's still something that I just don't think that's ethical because it's leaving his team, his boys.
I agree.
Bye. That's crap. That's selfish.
That's kind of the history of Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, but they're the one that decided to make him leave.
No, he was leaving. LSU said they wanted him to go too.
But But they were the one that asked him to go now, not let him finish the season out.
Well, it was kind of a mutual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lane Kiffin's a douchebag anyway.
So is he? I don't know.
Yeah, he left Tennessee after a season, went to USC, left there, went to FIA, coached the Raiders. He's been around, and he's not. He
actually coached the NFL team.
He coached the Raiders for a while, which was terrible.
I was going to say you can't do both, right?
You can't. Not at the same time.
Well, I know that. No, I'm saying in general. If you do one, usually you do one better than the other. That was like the dumbass we had prior to
Mark Rule.
Yeah, whatever. That's 3 years of hell.
He's back coaching in Nebraska.
Whatever. That's fine.
He wasn't coaching at Baylor. By the way, when you're talking, it's better if you talk into the mic.
Like Mike does later.
You don't have to lay on it. No.
Hello, my name's Mike. That's Mike.
In other sports news, did you know Palvia is Vanderbilt's quarterback?
No.
Well, he asked Trump to do an executive order to make the 12-team playoff into a 16-team playoff because Vanderbilt got left out.
Too bad. It's the way the shit, whatever. It is what it is. People are still in a tizzy because Alabama got into it.
Well, who would you put in it?
Oh, I don't give a shit. I don't care who's in it. I'm just saying people whine about shit. Why are you going to whine if you can't change it? It's a waste of time. If the shit can't be changed, then why bitch? Just saying.
You're very basic.
Well, I mean, I have friends of mine who tend to whine about things. Why whine about stuff? If you look at Maddie.
Can you?
Sorry, but Maddie's my dog's out there look at her. She's like, "Hey, Mom."
Oh my gosh, this is more talking than Mike has done in all the episodes.
Oh, now she's gone.
You can't look at your dog while we're doing the show.
Well, everybody knows they can see my side view. I can side eye you.
Okay, that's fine. Side eye me. Notre Dame also got left out of the college football playoffs and decided that they weren't going to go to any bowl game at all. So those seniors won't get to play. That will not give the NFL won't get to play again.
That's just petty.
100% petty. 100% petty.
And it's not the kid. It's not their decision. It's, I guess, the coach or whoever.
Yeah, the coach decided.
He's pissed off, so he's going to whatever.
Those guys that aren't going to make it to the NFL, it's not right.
Well, and also then they didn't realize that was their last game. I mean, if you knew it was your last game, it'd be different. But they thought they were.
They decided that before that. I see what you're saying. Makes sense. But speaking of heavyweight bouts, there's a couple heavyweight bouts going on in politics. One of those is Democrat on Democrat. The governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, found out about some of the things Kamala Harris said in her book, and he said those were blatant lies. One of the things she said was that he was concerned about the size of the vice president's residency and that he wanted a co-president. He has denied it and saying exact words, it is blatant lies. It all came out in her book.
He said he wanted to be co-president?
Yep.
What does that even, what, just have two people be president?
That's what, yeah. And
okay.
she said
all right.
She was worried about the size of the vice president's residency.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, who cares?
Well, if she has something to worry about, why didn't she worry about the border?
Well, that's.
I mean, just saying.
That's one thing. That's a whole other issue.
Just saying.
Speaking of Kamala Harris, her good old friend Tim Waltz is all up in a tizzy because President Trump called him a retard, and he
actually used the term retard.
Yes, and Tim Waltz said, "What are we coming to? Do you know people have been driving by my house screaming at me retard?"
That's kind of funny.
I'm sorry.
They even said the whole term retard, not just hard.
They drove by his house constantly screaming retard at him. And he's upset. He said that leads to violence. I guess he didn't hear that thing when we were younger about sticks and stones may break my bones, but word will never hurt me.
But nowadays, all these people...
Oh, they're crazy. Well...
You looked at me funny. It makes me sad. Oh.
Well, you looked at me funny. I'm not sad.
I'm just saying. People are like, oh, don't give me that look. You're making me mentally unstable. Okay, well then go away. Get out of my face. God.
And the reason he called it retard is because they have now found $8 billion that some Somali people that live in Minnesota freaking took away from the COVID money that they had out there, did a fraudulent thing of, and this is how terrible it is. They did fraudulent saying they fed children that didn't have money because of COVID. They fed
$8 million worth?
$8 billion for housing, for food, and all this stuff. There has been so far, I think, 78 people that have been indicted for these crimes, and it was all under Tim Waltz and Omar, the congresswoman from Minnesota. They're literally pictures, and some of the people that are getting indicted donated to their campaigns. But they're saying, oh, there's nothing to see here. We're getting it all cleaned up. How do you lose $8 billion? Either A, you're incompetent, or B, you're a crook.
Well, probably a little bit of both.
I'm just saying, $8 billion goes away.
I mean, that's a lot of money.
I mean,
how many kids you feeding? I mean, damn.
Well, some of the people...
They must have been really, really, really hungry. Shit.
Well, according to the indictment...
Again, they could be big kids. I mean, you got some chubs, but still. God.
You don't need $8 billion.
No, even a chubby kid doesn't eat that much.
They were bribing people to say that their kids had autism and they needed to be put in a special home. They were giving people $1,500 a month.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with eating?
I'm talking about there's a combination of all these things.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just food, okay.
No, it's food, housing, putting people in these groups called autism. There was like 200 different groups that were made up for the thing where the EPD or whatever that money was, PPD or whatever it was for
whoever
COVID.
why would someone give them that much money to begin with?
That's
without
the
having,
point.
I mean, I don't know.
That is the exact point. And that's why Trump called him a retard. Just be
I mean,
honest.
8 billion. I mean, 8 million, billion, nah.
No, you're going to know where 8 billion is. The other thing going on in the news of politics is a whole world's mad at Pete Hegseth. And you're not in the military. You've never been in the
No
military.
clue who that is, but that's okay.
This-
Mike probably doesn't know either, so it's okay.
This will make this better because she doesn't know. So if you're
Mike will
going-
pretend like, I knew him. No, you don't, Mike. Stop lying. Because Mike lies.
Don't tell them that.
Sorry, he lies.
But Pete Hegseth is the director of war. So he gave a command. We're going out against these drug boats. And he
Now,
said,
I heard about those little drugs. Is that the Venezuela crap?
yes.
The Venezuela stuff.
Yes, that's
About
what we're
all
talking
I
about.
know.
So he made an order to go blow up this drug boat. They blew it up, but it wasn't completely done. There were 2 people that were still in the water, still communicating.
Of course,
So he
did a half-ass job.
Well, they blew it up again and did it. Done, toast, they're all gone. And they're raising Cain because he blew it up a second time. So they're calling him a war criminal.
Well,
If you go to war, what should you do?
Well,
Eliminate
right.
the target.
But, yeah, I mean, if you can't do it right, then...
But don't you eliminate the target?
Yeah.
You don't give them a chance to come back at you.
No. But that whole thing, I don't understand all that all that stuff anyway.
2 different places. Somalia
Yeah,
is
see,
not
that's what
in
I'm saying.
Venezuela.
Okay, I know.
Where did you go? UNCW?
I got a degree in economics, whatever. It's just because my dad did that.
Actually, you're pretty good at economics.
Yeah, well,
It's the only way Mike survives.
no, I just take his money. You can't spend it.
Speaking of,
I need another bike. No, you don't.
Speaking of universities, a university in Ohio, Kent State, had a singing group that would not allow anyone that was not of color to audition for a solo in their upcoming show. So one of the young men that obviously wasn't of color voiced his opinion saying that's not fair, and he basically got booted out of the singing group in Kent State. So,
How is that even allowed?
and Kent State didn't do anything about it.
Because they're afraid.
It makes no sense.
Well, we're not going to go there with all
Yeah,
that.
I get it,
because-
100%. One of the other things, speaking of stuff going on, is all of a sudden there are experts that are saying the push for parents not being informed or giving permission for their children to get the COVID vaccines at school or at doctors led the way to the not telling parents or giving permission for the transing of some of these children now. That because of the laws they passed saying that they could get the COVID shot without the parents' permission, now that is set up to where these parents don't have any rights to stop their children from transing.
Are they
them.
giving the... Okay.
They opened up Pandora's box, what they're saying. Like, because some parents were like, okay, I'm not going to fight it because it might be something, although now we know it is detrimental, but that opened up the door to allowing them to do some of the stuff they're doing now with these children that, say, hey, I play with a Barbie doll, I want to get my junk cut off or something. That opened up the door. It's just like everything we talk about that
Can't get a tattoo.
you can't drink a beer.
You can't get a tattoo until you're 18 without your parents' permission, but you can get your freaking nuts cut off? Okay.
It makes no
Because
sense.
that makes complete sense.
This is why you're on here, the rational
I
thinking.
mean, it's common sense. But I guess I guess people born in the 60s and 70s where we were,
Gen
were
X.
born with common sense.
I think you're right. And
But
then
I think what it is also, a lot of this, because we did not have all this all this digital stuff.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's destroying these kids.
Oh, you talking about like social media and phones?
I mean,
and
we
all
didn't
stuff.
have that.
We didn't have it. Social media was going over to your friend's house on your bike.
And you had a phone that was on the wall
Well, yeah, with a string.
with a long cord that literally went from one room to the next. And then you had call. If you were rich enough, you had call waiting.
Now, when you were little, you had to call into the operator and get her to
Shut up. I'm not that. No. But still, that's crazy, though. I think that's the whole key to this, is that they're just, and kids are I don't know. It's just weird. They're sheltered, but they're not sheltered. It's like,
They're sheltered from things that are important. But
that, and also, just stuff that we did grow. You just had to tough it out. I mean, if you were being bullied, you fought it out, and then the next day you guys are besties. Now, with guns, you're being bullied, you're just going to you can go you shoot somebody, and it's okay.
That brings us to some local stuff, too.
That's crazy.
Did you hear today about the stabbing in Winston-Salem? It's a high school.
No, I didn't hear about that, but you did hear about that second stabbing in the freaking Blinks.
That is exactly what I was getting ready to talk about next.
And the guy that's in the he survived. And he's like being commended for stepping up.
He stepped up because the guy was going after an old person.
Yeah, which is what should have happened the first time it happened, but we won't go there either.
I watched another video, speaking of the first stabbing, just to give you a heads up. In Charlotte, a girl that left Ukraine came to Charlotte, was working at a pizzeria. If you've been under a rock, she got stabbed.
23
years old. She got stabbed on the light rail, and the guy walked away. There was like 3 or 4 people by her.
Just watching.
Because I watched the video again on Megyn Kelly.
Just watching.
Walked by her, left it alone, and finally, after 1 minute and 20 seconds, a gentleman walked up and told another gentleman. The other gentleman came up, took his shirt off, tried to help her, and then another lady come, and another person come. And the problem with the situation, and I'm not trying to get into all this today because this is supposed to be lighthearted, but the girl was from Ukraine, a white woman. The person that stabbed her was a black man. There was literally 3 black people around her that absolutely did nothing, walked away, the guy walked away, and then finally, 1 minute and 20 later, 2 black men, 1 white woman helped her after it was already too late. So I'm not saying it was racially inclined. I'm saying that if it had been the other way around, and there would have been a white man that stabbed a black woman with white people around, there would be riots in the street. There would be hell to pay in Charlotte. It would be on every news outlet. It would be all over the place.
I can get why maybe they didn't do anything at first because they were scared he was there. But after he got off the train, then get your ass up and help.
They just walked past him.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not like he wasn't there. He had gotten off. Then there's no reason to not at least attempt to help her or just hold her hand. I don't know.
One dude just stood there and looked at her and watched her die. You can see the blood going out. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. You can see the blood going out.
Well, anyway, it happened again a couple of days ago.
So it happened again. This time there was a guy that came on board.
And he actually is an illegal.
He's an illegal immigrant, which it makes me laugh. You know, they came to Charlotte. ICE came to Charlotte a couple weeks ago and did this big ICE thing. Everybody raised Cain about it. And all I'm going to say about that, and this is going to sound very sarcastic, but way to go, ICE. You got the guys that were on the construction sites and the guys hanging out at Home Depot. You got them taken care of. Way to get them out of our city.
But you didn't get the one that has a record.
But you didn't get the one that's been deported 2 times, has a record, and just stabbed somebody on the light rail. Good job, guys. And way to go, Charlotte government, too.
Well, and also what's kind of funny is that I was listening to the mayor, and she says, I don't know why he got back on that train. His pass was revoked. Okay, are you really saying that you have to? I mean, yes, you legally have to have a pass, technically. You can get on that thing. There's no control over who gets on. I mean,
why don't we have security on those trains now after what happened?
Well, they've talked about that, and they're saying that they want
How about it's time to stop talking?
But they're claiming there's no way unless they basically rebuild the whole thing to be set up so it can be secure. But
why can't you put somebody on the train?
Well, and they said they're doing that, but I don't, obviously.
There wasn't nobody on the train.
There was nobody that day.
It's crazy. In good news about politics, so our governor.
No, I interrupted you. You were saying something about something that happened in Winston-Salem.
Oh, Winston-Salem. It's all good. Winston-Salem, there was a stabbing. It's okay.
At a school?
At a school, at a high school. It's North Forsyth, I think. One of the students stabbed another student. But back to our state, McMaster's has done a executive order, and the House and the Senate are supposed to vote on it, and they said it's going to pass, that no more contracts could be given out based on race. So South Carolina had a thing in that's been over for 23 years, that 10% had to go to a minority, 11% of another thing had to go to specifically African American people. That's wiped off the table. That's all part of that DEI stuff,
yeah,
it's wiped off the table.
Which I don't know what DEI stands for, but I know it's DEI.
Diversified Equity and Inclusion. Wow, yeah. I pulled that one out of my tail.
Yeah, you did, because I have no idea.
And for our main story of the day, and I don't even know if you know about this. I did not know about this till about 6 months ago. I did some research on it. Somebody told me about it. I didn't believe it, so I did some research in it. Here in our own county, there's a place called Islamville.
In York County?
In York County, South Carolina. There have been newspaper articles about it. There's been 2020 videos about it. And what they say
2020, the national show?
The national show. Oh. What they say it is a community for like-minded Islamic people to live their life in the Islamic way. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to mean, but supposedly...
Well, hell, if they're not violent, that's fine. Let them do what they need to do.
But it gets more interesting. Oh. So supposedly they are sponsored by a group called MOA, Muslims of America. That was started in 1980 by a guy called Mubarak Ali Galiani, and I butchered the name. I don't know how to say it. It is what it is. He is said to be the spiritual leader that started this for Allah. The MOA has 22 sites in rural areas of America, and they have been linked to certain things made that go in book packs, and also purchasing illegal weapons and planning and training radical Islamic training centers for the people that are in the Americans to kind of take over. Right here in York County.
They also closed the Nathan's. Just saying.
Nathan's hot dogs?
Yep, closed on Sunday.
So you're more upset about the Nathan's closing?
No, I really get that. Nathan's was shitty from the beginning. It was a horrible location. Whoever did that needs to be freaking shot. They screwed themselves. Horrible.
You talking about who made it?
Put it right there.
It right there.
Why are you going to put it right in there on Celanese next to a freaking Sonic when you can get a hot dog for half the price at least? No, whatever. But I did hear today, speaking of that, I heard today that a Target and a Chick-fil-A are coming to Newport Walmart.
Oh, right beside it?
Going to be up there where that new McDonald's is already that they're starting to build. They're going to put a Target and a Chick-fil-A. It's about dang time we get a Chick-fil-A. Just saying. Now that'll stay around.
With that, thank you for tuning into this week's news. I really appreciate it.
That's a lot of news, though, because people care. Target, and I don't really care about Target as much, but Chick-fil-A?
If you're wondering where the Chick-fil-A she's talking about is coming, it's to Newport, York County, South Carolina. It is going near the Walmart, the Burger King, the new McDonald's.
And the Bojangles.
And the Bojangles, and the Dollar Tree. It's going to make everybody excited in York County. As always, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment on these videos, and tell us what you think about some of the topics we talked about, and tell us if you're excited that old Spermbank was on the show tonight.
So stupid.
Thank you. Dumb. As always, God bless. We love you. Peace out.
Bye. I just start talking random